signs are everywhere, you know? I'll go to an agency open house for Behind the Velvet Rope / the Sarah Fraser Show and document it. So they're getting the show. What's interesting is Kyle is openly telling people, yes, she'll make an appearance, but she's not going to be on it all the time. And she's actually advised her daughters and Mauricio not to do reality TV. It's so strange to me, yet they still continue to do it. She's like, look, 2 of my daughters are businesswomen. I've told them, don't do reality. Why do you want to do this? So, you know, will the women be on, will the daughters be on that much, or is that the selling point, but it's really going to be Mauricio selling Sunset?
You always make statements and there's so much to unpack. There's so much to unpack. Now,
so hit me.
And then this is going to be deeper. There's so much to this, guys. Okay. First of all, anyone that's not watching $1 Million Listing LA or New York, I don't know what you're doing calling yourself a Bravo fan. They are 2 of the best shows on Bravo. Now, let's put that on the side because this does affect this. This does affect this. Now, let's get into Selling Sunset. The best show that's ever existed. I've already said this. The best reality show, along with The Hills and Laguna Beach, that's ever existed. Blows anything on Bravo out of the water. Now, we have a spinoff. It's called Selling Tampa. It's not the Oppenheim group, but it's Adam DeVello, same producers. Selling the OC is coming. I have seen the trailer. It's going to be insane. It is literally going to be insane. It is the Oppenheim group. So we have 3 in that genre. I don't think Buying Beverly Hills is part of the Selling Sunset, Selling Tampa, Selling OC series. I don't think it's Adam DeVello. It might be. I don't know. I want to do some more research. Like, I don't think so. I think it would be Selling whatever. It doesn't shock me that this show is greenlit and going forward. Now, we have the agency. Well, we have David and James from $1 Million Listing LA that work for Mauricio. David and James have announced weeks ago that they are leaving $1 Million Listing New York. They're done.
Interesting.
I think we're going to see them on this show.
Yeah,
we assume. We are. Let's just say it. We are. Come on. Like 1 + 1 = 2, guys.
And you're right. Contractually, that's why their names were not in the press release, right? Because they're still probably under contract, but you know what's going to happen. And this show is going to be, okay, keep going. And you know, okay. I mean,
so we have David and James. We have like 2 superstars from this show. David and James are great on TV. I've interviewed both of them. I don't see them leaving $1 Million Listing LA just because they're so busy at work. I mean, it ties into your work. So that's strange that they announce it, but they do. And now here they are. So I think, considering their boss is Mauricio Umansky, David and James from $1 Million Listing will be on this show as cast members, actually as full-time cast members. I think the girls are going to be a big part of it. I do. I really do. I think Kyle is advised against it.
Okay. Why do you think Kyle keeps saying no to reality TV and then signs up for it? What just weird. I don't know.
I don't know if Kyle really has any say in the matter. Mauricio is really like, this is going to be good for business and I'm doing it. And, you know, listen, I mean, the Selling Sunset, Mauricio himself will be like, you know, Jason Oppenheim. I don't think he's going to get his hands dirty. He's going to be Lisa Vanderpump of Vanderpump Rules. Like, sure, Mauricio will come across looking good. Now, the daughters as agents, think about the great TV. I mean, is there nepotism? How does this work when we're having a problem between Farrah and David? I mean, it's an interesting concept. Like, who's going to challenge one of, you know, Mauricio and Kyle's daughters in the office? I'm sure it comes up with commissions, and I'm sure there's rumors. Well, she's the fucking teacher's pet. She's the damn daughter. Think about it. So, and Mauricio has to be fair. So it's going to be interesting. I think the daughters are going to be on it. I do. They're pretty. They're young. They're what reality TV is supposed to be.
Couldn't agree with you more. I mean, you have the greatest insight. Okay, yeah, go on.
I got something else to say. I believe.
Give us the tea.
I believe. I've said this. This is really an exclusive. When this happens, all of you can say, I'm going to cut this clip and replay this when all of this is announced. I believe in my heart of hearts, based on a couple of things that I know, that Ryan Serhant from $1 Million Listing New York is going to be leaving. This is really an exclusive. It is going to be selling New York on Netflix, and it's going to be the Serhant Group. Yep.
Can I just tell you?
And I'm going to tell you why I'm saying this, but go on. I'm like convinced of what's happening here. Yep. Go on. This is an exclusive.
No, oh my God. When you see Andy Cohen again at that club that you went to in the Hamptons, I mean, Andy has to be sweating. I mean, I'm not kidding about Bravo's. I think Bravo's programming is in deep trouble. I really do. Now, of course, I say that I've got show pitches that I want to pitch to them, which is why they need to buy mine, because they'll be hits. But obviously, this is not good. This is not good, I don't think. Do you, for Bravo? I mean, they're losing. And, you wonder with Sonia and Luann, and I'm really reaching here, but with Sonia and Luann putting it out there that they're being courted for a reality show. I mean, maybe a Netflix, maybe a Hulu, maybe an Amazon, maybe an Apple goes, you know what, fuck it, let's try it. And at what point did they start stealing all the stars from Bravo? Am I nuts? Is this like too much of a reach?
When you watch one of the other most brilliant shows in reality TV history, Shark Tank, Kevin O'Leary, who has made an appearance behind the velvet rope, will say to people, like, what is proprietary about this? He's like, what will stop the big guy from coming along and crushing you like the cockroach that you are? You can listen to this all day and stay in your Bravo world. Netflix is 1 billion times bigger than Bravo is in the United States of America. The United States watches Bravo. Netflix is global, worldwide. When I had Jason Oppenheim here from Selling Sunset, he's like, what? Bravo, ABC. He's like, we wanted nothing. We wanted nothing but Netflix. He's like, we don't want to be on Bravo. We don't want to be on ABC, MTV. This is Netflix. And you know what? He's actually right. So they weren't in the game, and they had this one show, Selling Sunset, and that entered them into reality. Bling Empire then came, you know what I mean? So they are, this selling thing. Listen, say what you want. Selling Sunset is for real estate, and Netflix what The Housewives is. It's going to be every city. Now, you don't think there's going to be a New York City, but this isn't just me grasping at straws. Here's what I know. This is going to
go on. I'm like twirling my hair.
And I mean, this producer from Orange County, guys, you're going to sit down. This producer from Orange County who claims that Heather Dubrow is abusive and pushed him and says that he quit because of Heather Dubrow. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know how that just came out?
Yes, we talked about that. Yes.
That producer
is gone where?
Has come and is in New York City filming some real estate show. Now, I know for a fact people that work at the Serhant Group, which is the same as the Oppenheim Group, it's the same as the agency, it's just called Serhant. I know people that have interviewed for some reality show, and it's with Netflix. So I am telling you, this is breaking exclusive news. Today's date that we are recording this, you're going to hear this a little bit later. Today's date is, what is today? June 26th. I'm stamping this. You heard it here first. I am telling you, think about it. Ryan Serhant is a cast member with Frederick and Steve Gold. And it's the Serhant name is out there, but that's not showing all of your employees. What if you can go to Netflix, which is a bigger platform, you can be the daddy boss, and now we can have all your agents on. So it's not just you. Now 15 of your actual employees, their business is going to triple. So if 15 people that work for the Serhant Group are now on TV, they're going to get more business, and it's going to go in your pocket because you're going to get a percentage of this. And you think that Ryan Serhant, businessman extraordinaire, just said yes to Netflix? I am sure there is a deal put together that is so much more money than he was getting on Bravo. It's going to be called, it might even be called Selling Serhant. It may not even be called, it might be called Selling New York. It might be called Selling Serhant. Regardless, it's going to be about the Serhant Group. His name. Ryan Serhant is going to leave $1 million to New York and go to Netflix, and it's going to be the Serhant Group. I know this.
This is exclusive tea.
It's happening. It's happening. So
wow.
I don't know when that's going to be announced. They're not, but this producer from the OC has arrived in New York and is filming this real estate show. And I know not one, not two, three specific real estate agents that work at the Serhant Group that have interviewed for this position. So there you go. It's happening.
Damn.
And it's going to be great. And listen, the Serhant Group, they're going to choose the young, cute, hot, hot boys, hot girls, gay boys. And it's going to be New York City real estate on acid. And Ryan's going to be like $1 million listing in Bravo. He'll bank them and it will be great. But this is going to be, it's going to be so good for his business. And I'm sure they gave him a shitload of money, and all the agents that are under him that are going to be on TV, he's going to get a percentage. This is going to happen. So sorry to go down the real estate rabbit hole, everyone, but there
it is.
It's happening. You're going to remember this. So, and I love the selling shows. And as you say, you're pitching everything, and all that they want to do is knock off sellings. Yeah, they do. It's a great show. God, I'm sorry. I went into my own.
No, I love that tea. That was like really, really good. I was just looking at like a few other things. No, I mean, that was just so good. I love it. I love talking about the Mauricio show.
And I mean, is everyone going to watch the Mauricio? And you know what it is? Let me say one more thing before we move on. Kyle doesn't want Mauricio to do this, but you know what? Let's just think about like Botched, like when Heather was gone, and, like that was a whole life in and of itself. And it, to a lot of people, it became like, Heather who? I mean, Botched was a huge hit. Like
that was great.